Hello, everyone. Today is June 19th. Let me continue the reading of Mr. Thomas Daw. We are on the last chapter, which is chapter 5. And our topic for today, June 19th, Friday, the will to win. It takes determination and it takes perseverance. The question is, do you have it? A very determined young man had been trying for months to be granted an interview with a very successful company. After trying so many times, he finally managed to get the personal director to take his call. The young job seeker asked if he could get into their well-known training program. With dozens of qualified candidates already in his files, the personal director replied, "I'm sorry, but I can't interview you now. Why don't you call back in about 5 years?" The young man replied, "Morning or afternoon?" Now, that's what I call determination. When American Congressman Sonny Bono died, the New York Times recalled an address he gave in 1995 to the Washington Press Club Foundation. The address centered on how he had gotten into politics. He had just been divorced from Cher and had decided to open a restaurant in Palm Springs, California. In the process, he remarried. Here, in part, is what he said. "I wanted to get a license to put a sign on my restaurant. I couldn't get back in show business, so I thought I would cook pasta for the rest of my life. I was fortunate enough to get married again and marry a beautiful woman, so I didn't care. I've got a great looking wife, way better looking than Cher. She's taller than laughter, and she's 33. Anyway, we bought a restaurant, moved down to Palm Springs, and I was just going to retire and kick back. I wanted to get a sign, so I went to the city and said I would like to get a sign. They said, "You would?" I said, "Yeah, you would?" I said, "Yeah. What do you want exactly?" I said, "I want to get a sign." "Do you realize what you're asking for?" I said, "I think so. I would like to get a sign that says Bono Restaurant." And he said, "You just don't get a sign. This is city government." I said, "I'm sorry." He said, "Fill this out and bring it back tomorrow." So I brought it back tomorrow, and then he said, "Come back in a week." Then he said, "Come back in 3 more weeks." Then he said, "Don't come back for what?" So I started not to like this guy. Thank you, loves. I bought the restaurant, so I was making payments now, but I couldn't open it because I couldn't get a sign. So that's when I became fascinated with politics. I never saw anything so confusing in my life and illogical. So finally, I went there and said, "Listen, I worked out our problem." And he said, "You can't have worked out our problem." I said, "I have." And he said, "You can't." I said, "I have." He said, "We have to work out your problem." I said, "No, I work it out. I'm going to run for mayor and fire you." Then laughter. I ran for mayor and I fired him. But I'm not totally heartless. He's my gardener now. Now that's what you call determination. With it, we win. Without it, we lose. Some people succeed because they are destined to succeed. But most people succeed because they are determined to succeed. Samuel Smiles, in his book Happy Homes and the Hearts That Make Them, says, "The battle of life is, in most cases, fought uphill, and to win it without a struggle, or perhaps to win it without honor. If there were no difficulties, there would be no success. If there were nothing to struggle for, there would be nothing to be achieved. Difficulties may intimidate the weak, but they act only as a wholesome stimulus to men of resolution and valor. All experience of life, indeed, serves to prove that the impediments thrown in the way of human advancement may, for the most part, be overcome by steady good conduct, honest zeal, activity, perseverance, and above all, the determinate resolution to surmount difficulties and stand up manfully against misfortune. Are you determined enough to win in whatever, or can you taste victory in your mouth? In whatever you do, whether in business, in your profession, or even ministry, do you feel that fire in your belly that won't let you go? Determination is the way to it. How about you? Have you experienced something that you need to be determined to get it? Because I myself experienced it where I am now. Um, Good luck to whatever endeavor you will do. Just always pray to God, because whatever His plan is, it will happen, and you will get it. So just keep the faith, take care always, and God bless. Have a wonderful day. Happy weekend. See you again tomorrow.